Hey friends, welcome back to the Weekly Unfold, coming to you from my kitchen. I haven't come to you from my kitchen in a little while, but I'm here. I'm knackered. My eyes feel super tired, so excuse me if I am looking a little raggedy. I've just come back from spending a week in Cannes. And it's been full of creativity and laughter, lots of spontaneity and boldness. Actually, there's been a lot of bold moments over in Cannes. So let's get into how last week unfolded for me. My ask this week, or last week rather, was all around access. When you go to Cannes, depending on your intention, you may have bought the badge or the pass rather that allows you into the Palais, which has specific panels and exhibitions and shows you like some of the work that sorry, I've got an eyelash in my eye. Shows you some of the work that has been submitted for the different awards. And then alongside that, you have the beaches along the Croisette, and each of those beaches are for different brands and they're showcasing different activations, different bits. And then you also have like separate villas, which also house different brands, etc. Some of those spaces, in terms of like villas, etc., and the beaches, are easy-ish to get into. Some of them, no matter what, you can't get in. And so I I asked for access to certain spaces which I wasn't able to get into on my own. And as a result, I got to experience some really unique activations. I got to be in spaces that I wouldn't have ordinarily been in. So that was my ask. And, you know, I almost didn't ask. I almost didn't ask on some occasions. And I figured if I was telling anyone else, I would have said, just ask the question. The answer's already no until you ask, and that no may become a yes. So ask the questions. All right, so that was my ask. Failure for me was definitely forgetting that staying hydrated requires consistency. It's not just a one and done thing. What I found myself doing is drinking a lot of water in the evenings when I got home, but during the day, not drinking anything. On day one, I actually forgot my water bottle. By day three, I had like a mad headache, and I know that dehydration was a big part of it, especially because it was so hot. So hot. Temperatures were, on average, I'd say about 30, 31. And sometimes there's a breeze, sometimes there wasn't. So, yeah, I needed to remember that I needed to be consistent with hydration, and moving forward, I need to get back onto my drinking lots of water throughout the day game. I'm usually quite good at it. Last week I just was quite terrible, unfortunately, and it was a massive failure on my part. Definitely felt it as a result. We live, we learn. First lesson was, or reminder actually, is to smile and compliment people. You never know who you might bump into or who might return the, I was going to say favor, but it's not really a favor, is it? Like, here I'm smiling to just do a favor for you. No, you're smiling because you want to. In my case, it happened to be Wyclef Jean, who I smiled at randomly whilst walking past. I didn't even recognize it was him until he smiled back, and I was like, "Oh snap, that's Wyclef!" And I was I was so shocked. Um, he's such a gent, and he's really um he's like so smart. I loved like the conversation that he and my friend Flavilla were having was fantastic, and I was just listening to both of them talk. And as he was talking, he was saying different things. I was like, oh, like he's super intelligent. And then we went to see him perform on like a yacht, basically, which was called at the Harbour View Equity Yacht rather. And as he was like playing and performing, he was DJing a little bit, he was remixing languages. I was like, whoa, like I love me a smart person. Yeah, he's really smart, really lovely. So anyway, reminder, smile and compliment people. You never know who you might bump into. But also, you never know whose day you're gonna make. You never know. You never know. Number 2, embrace being intentionally flexible in moments. So I went to Fan to Cannes this year, and I decided that I was going to be intentionally flexible. What did that mean? Sometimes we got late invites to join sessions. Sometimes things fell through. I don't know what's going on with me today. Like my words aren't coming out clearly. I'm clearly tired. Anyway, sometimes we got late invites. Sometimes sessions fell through. Sometimes we would end up randomly in a space that we weren't supposed to be, but it happened to be fantastic. Met some amazing people, all very randomly, all very, very randomly. And I missed some panels and some sessions, which I was gutted about at the time, but also such is life. So, yeah, you never know what's going to happen when and how things are going to happen. So, embrace being intentionally flexible sometimes. It might bring you some surprising outcomes, as it did for me. First thing, I am super thankful for and grateful for the Afrikaans team. So we went Cannes, and this year there was a movement called Afrikaans, and it was all about bringing the African lens and narrative, whether that's Africans on the continent or within the diaspora, bringing that lens to Cannes, and it was fantastic. Like the team, lovely, the branding, dope. Everyone that like got involved and really embraced this kind of new movement, absolutely fantastic. I was involved in hosting a panel or moderating the panel, and then moderating a fireside chat with the founder of my runway group, Kojo Mafo. He's he's great. He's gonna be so annoyed that I called his name out like that, but he's fantastic. It was such a lovely week being immersed with that group of individuals, and just a massive shout out and thank you to the Afrikaans team. Can't wait to see what's next for them. Second thing I am thankful for, Diptyque in duty free. I had the most random connection with a gentleman when we were going through duty free. I was looking for like a particular scent, the Diptyque scent. Janice introduced it to me. Shout out to Jen. It's called Du Son, and I think I'm adding an accent. Who knows? But anyway, Du Son. It's lovely. It's absolutely delightful. Anywho's, I was like, I'd love that for me. Let me see if they have it. So I was looking around and I was smelling different ones. And this gentleman came along. He was looking for a scent and he was trying to figure out what scent is kind of him. And I was trying to explain to him that when it comes to perfumes, don't just go by the first spray because it will settle different on different people because of our own natural body scents, etc. Anyway, he turned out to be an absolute gem. We had a great conversation, and I just said to him, imagine we're going to need Diptyque to sponsor us soon for having started this this beautiful, essentially, relationship and conversation, all because of their perfume counter in the Nice airport. So yeah, really thankful and grateful for that interaction because he was really, really nice. Really nice. Third and final thing that I'm grateful for. Oh gosh, my hay fever has really flared up since coming back. Whew. Okay. Third and final thing. Um Third and final thing that I'm super grateful for is my coach, Myleik. And now very few people in the world can hold a mirror up to me and kind of really show me who I am. I often hold mirrors up to other people, and I do love doing that, but sometimes need someone to do the same for me. And Myleik is one of those people. And it's why I've chosen to work with her. She is amazing. I'm about to enter a new sort of chapter in life, and she helped me remember how much I can control in this space. And I can control quite a lot of it. I just need to remember it. So shout out to Myleik for reminding me that I am in control. It's an important reminder to have, especially because sometimes it's not comfortable, but it is also often necessary to be reminded. So yeah, those are the 3 things I am grateful for this past week. Looking ahead into week, I want to say it's 26. Or is it 27? Maybe it's 25. Let's call it week 26 because I can't remember for sure. I've just spent the whole week being immersed in like creativity and inspiration and innovation. And I think in the week coming, I need to look at like how I can translate that energy into everything moving forward, because it's easy to just leave it there. I don't want to leave it there. I want to kind of like carry it through and really keep going. So, hey Viva. What was I saying? Yeah, I want to keep it going and kind of like keep seeing how I can translate that energy into the new things. So I guess my question to you is, how can you bring a little extra creativity into this coming week? I don't know. Is it listening to an inspiring podcast? Is it, I don't know, challenging yourself to do something creative, whatever creativity might look like for you? What can you do to insert a little creativity and inspiration into your life in the week ahead? Coolio. Thank you for watching. As always, I really do appreciate it. I was actually talking to, I left my friend Sasha a little voice note, and we were going back and forth on the idea of creativity and whether or not our creativity needs to be validated by others. So like this YouTube video, am I being validated by others watching it? And the answer is no. I'm quite happy to be doing this. I feel like it's been almost 6 months that I've been doing this now. And I'm not watching the numbers. Maybe I should start thinking about watching the numbers. But anyway, all that to say is, if you got this far and you are watching, thank you. Kudos to you. Love that for you and for me. And yeah, as always, stay out of trouble, unless it's good trouble, in which case, go wild. Deuces.